All right, so this next girl, man, she used to like date this dude named Nate or something like that. So I've seen her videos before. I know who she is, and I just want to see what was up with it. Yo, what is up, ADT? Austin Dunn back again with another video. So I like to do experiments on this channel. I've done one already where I was DMing dudes' girlfriends to see if they would cheat. That had a really good response. You guys liked it. So I thought of another idea, and that is to DM 50 IG models to see if they would reply to me, right? So you guys should know this. I posted it in my community tab, and I literally wrote down a list of 50 girls, 25 here, 25 in the back, that all of you posted in that community tab post. So shout out to everybody who sent me the ads down below. I ended up picking the best girls I feel like I could do this with. And I said that I would like to do, anywhere between 100K to 500K followers. And people were kind of questioning why. And that is because you gotta keep in mind, right? With this experiment, the only reason girls will reply, or at least IG models, right, is because they either find me attractive, I have status, and or the money part, right? The three pillars. But we gotta take one away, because a girl looking at my IG has no idea that I make money, right? They would just have to assume that by looking at my business, look at my followers, the verified check mark, stuff like that. I really don't flex materialistic items on IG. So now we're left with two options: status, which I have the check mark and nearly 300K followers, and number two, looks. So those are the only two things I'm relying on with this experiment. Basically, I'm gonna slide into every single one of these girls' DMs with the intent of them either finding me attractive and or potentially, wanting to hang out with your boy. So I'm not DMing these girls just to try and get a conversation out of them. Keep that in mind, right? Because that's really easy to do. Just to get a reply, super simple. I'm gonna slide in their DMs with either flirty banter or making my intentions clear, just to see how many girls out of 50 who are attractive, have followers, have hella options in their DMs, just to see if they're interested. So stay tuned to the end of the video where I'm gonna show you the stats, and we're gonna see if any reply. Actually, I haven't even DM'd any girls. I'm about to do like my first 10 right now. Stay tuned, and we're gonna see what happens in the next few weeks. What is up, guys? So it has been a few weeks now. I sent out the 50 DMs, and you're gonna be surprised with the results of this experiment, all right? It's not gonna be what you think probably. Now, I'm gonna dive into my responses. I'm not gonna focus on the people who didn't reply, because that's boring, right? But just know that all the IG models y'all sent in there, the baddest ones, the ones with the most upvotes, I shot my shot, all right? So let's get right into it, and make sure to stay throughout the whole entire video, so that way at the end, when I talk about all the stats and all that stuff, it's gonna tie everything together. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so the first chick, her name is The Real Brick House, and she has 460,000 followers. She looks pretty straight, right? So let's get into these messages. I think she's one of the first girls that I did DM, so let's see what she's up with. So looking through her pictures, you can tell that this girl is thick, right? Like, she got the thin waist, wide hips. Like, that's a woman's man. Not a man's man, a woman's man. Like, you gotta be a grown man to handle that. So I slid in, I was like, yo, I'm a brick house too, so I guess this might just work out. You know what I mean? Because I got a little something, I can handle that. She know I can handle that too. And so she was like, LOL, I see I have nothing on your house, with the 3 emojis. Now, guys, off that, I was like, I'm in there. Coming with that type of energy in the second message, the emojis, I was like, bam. So check this out though. I didn't reply. I just read the message. I was like, okay, high interest. I got her to reply. She literally sent me 3 dots like, yo, I just validated you. Where's my reply at, son? And so I was like, oh, where you from? My bad. I was half asleep when I read it. So she said she's from St. Louis. And then get into the later messages. I was like, yo, I thought you were from ATL, damn. And then she was like, LOL, why did you think that? By the way, you're gorgeous. So Guys, like within this first little engagement, like it's clearly high interest girl, successful, slide in. I didn't let it go any further than that really, because obviously I'm not gonna meet up with her. I'm not flying no chick out, no matter how bad they are. That's just the way I roll. So that was pretty successful. And by the way, if any of you IG models are watching this right now, just know that I actually do, I find y'all attractive, but this is just for an experimentation. Don't take it to the heart, you know what I mean? All of y'all are bad in your own way, and y'all were recommended to me, so. But yeah, that was the first one. Let's move on to the second one. All right, so the chick named Amy, she doesn't have a lot of followers, right? Like 15, 16K. She looks like straight, What I basically did, and what I did with a lot of these girls is, I just simply replied to the story. So she had something on her story where she was like giving the middle finger. So I was like, F you too. And then she just said LMAO, dead face. And I was like, not sure if I want to keep going, but that's a reply, I guess, even though it was only 15K. I think she was like one of the most lowest followers that I did DM. All right, so this next girl, she is Michaela. So I've seen this girl on YouTube, and it was funny when you guys actually tagged her for me to DM, because I was like, man, she used to like date this dude named Nate or something like that. So I've seen her videos before. I know who she is, and I just want to see what was up with it. So let's see how it went down. I was like, yo, we be a cute gym couple, don't lie. God, this DM right here saying we'll be a cute couple is a little bit simpy, a little bit too much, but it gets girls to reply, no cap. So she was like, LOL, is that what you say to all the pretty girls? And I was like, only the ones I wouldn't mind doing leg day with. I forgot what I almost said, but I almost didn't say that, but I'm glad I hit it with this reply. And she was like, and then I was like, yo, where you at? Just to change the subject. And we still got the reply. She was like, she's in Cali, in LA, I'm pretty sure. And then from there, we had a little bit of a talk. Basically, what she said, well, she told me to come here. I was like, yo, I was hoping you were in Miami so we can like do a YouTube collab. She was like, well, come here then. I was like, nah, but if you ever catch her way in Florida, hit me up. And she was like, okay, bet. So, that went out pretty successful. I count her as a high interest, cold slide in DM, in my opinion. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so the last one I forgot to mention, she had like 445K. This one, her name's Allie. She has 100K. So let's look at her. She's looking straight. So the reason why my first message is not showing is because I flagged the messages to mark them so I can organize them in my DM. And I accidentally deleted this message, so I forgot what I said. But she replied back to me and said, too bad you live that far away. I probably said something like, yo, you need to come see me ASAP. Like super direct, super bold. And then I was like, come to Florida to visit, I'll have it arranged. You guys know I'm capping. I'm not gonna have arranged, right? But she was like, LOL, maybe I will someday. So another successful one. She looked straight too. Nice looking girl. Let's move on to the next one. Olivia. So this girl is super cute. I told you guys, like, I like girls like who have her look. So I was like, we be the cutest fit couple, no cap, right? I used it again. And she was like, how many fit girls got this message? She was starting to catch on a little bit. It's all right. I can't reveal my secrets of what I'm actually doing, but she was like, true though. So I was like, okay, at least we got that one. Because if she would have just said the first one, how many fit girls got this message, I would have been like, damn. But she said true though. So that already shows to me that she's interested, that, she finds me interesting of some sort. And I was like, no lie, you're the first. Damn, yeah, I like that, Austin. And I was like, yo, please tell me you're in Miami. I was genuinely hoping that this girl was in Miami, because I would have been in Miami the next week, best believe it. And she was like, unfortunately, I'm not. So I was like, damn, didn't reply back to that, because I don't know, I usually don't reply to girls who DM me and they live in different countries or like way off across the United States. Like, I truly don't see the point. You guys know why by now, so. But she was like one of the, in my opinion, one of the cutest girls that I did DM. Just coming from like my type of girl that I like. And she had 20K, like 23K, so you know, she makes sense as to why she would see my message, right? 20K is really not that much. All right, this next chick, hi, I'm Desi. Thick little light-skinned chick, looking good. So what I said to her, I was like, yo, you look like a Scorpio. Astrology shit. Girls are really into astrology usually. And she was like, you are correct. I was like, word, damn, I'm good. And she actually never ended up reading that message. Even to this day, I don't think she read the message, but we did get a reply out of that. I would say this chick, she's like one of the most low interest girls who did message me back. But you know, when you shoot, sometimes you miss, sometimes you score. So it's all good. Let's move on to the next one. Now guys, I know you're thinking like, damn, how many times are also gonna be like, let's move on to the next one, let's move on to the next one. The reason why I'm showing you all these messages is because, as you'll see here soon, really a lot didn't reply. Out of the 50 girls I messaged, a lot didn't reply, but we're gonna get into that later. Next one, oh, this is a big one. Darla Dimples, and with the highest follower count that replied to me at 1.2 million followers, we got a reply, guys. So I wasn't just aiming low the whole time. I know you guys were getting on me about that, but I did aim high a few times and we got it out of this one. So I said, Shawty a little baddie, finish it. So if you guys don't know that, it's a song, Pop Smoke, Lil TJ. And she was like, she my little boo thing. So she finished it for me, finished the lyric. At this point in time, I was like, do I even want to send a reply? Because I was getting a vibe like she wouldn't have replied. So I didn't send her a reply back. We got a reply out of 1.2 million and this chick is bad. So I'm happy with that. Another potentially low interest type chick. So let's move on to the next one. Ely Waters, 55K. Let's see what I said to her. Oh, so this chick is good looking, right? So you guys posted her, but she actually makes TikToks. Like, she's really popular on TikTok, and I came across a few of her videos. So when I saw her, I was like, she looking good. So what I said to her, and this is mad cringe, mad simpy, but I just wanted to verify the fact that you can literally slide it into a girl's DM and say anything, absolutely anything, and if she's into you, she's gonna reply, and she's gonna have a conversation with you. So I literally sent, I love you. I haven't sent a text like that in years, right? So I said, I love you, and she was like, I love you too. So bam, I hope she's not getting like gay best friend vibes off me, because that's not the case. Because girl, I don't love you, but you actually looking good. And I think she's in college. Like she's one of those like bad snow bunny looking chicks, and I can tell that she's into like athletes and like people who look like your boy. So, you know, I might start a later conversation with her, but I ended up just liking the message and carrying on with my day. All right, another one. Yes, the video is still going crazy, right? So we're at number 9 now out of the 50 girls I messaged. So we're not doing bad. We're not doing bad. And this girl, Eva Lego, 62,000, another low follower girl. Yo, I said, you belong in Miami conmigo. So if you guys don't know Spanish, that means you belong in Miami with me. So when I usually tell girls I'm from Miami, because even though I'm really not from Miami, but I can tell that she visits there a lot, and she ended up seeing the message and just liking it. So that's like a half reply to me. Like, she saw it, she engaged with it, but she didn't message back. So that's clearly a sign of low interest on her part, and I just left it at that. All right guys, guess what? That is all. Yep, that's it. Out of 50 girls I messaged, only 9 replied. So we're gonna break it down with some of the stats and some of the things I learned through this experiment. So let's get right into it. I create like a little sheet, right? And we're actually gonna post a little sheet so you guys can read along with me. All right, so at the top, I did end up putting their tags, their followers, and also their attraction score. So we just went through that, and the way I categorized it, I was like, high interest chick, I don't know her interest, or low interest, or medium. So it was kind of like half high, a few low, and the rest I really didn't know because I didn't engage with them enough. But you guys saw those high interest ones, like especially the first one, she was mad high interest, right? Now, Moving on, this is just some of the things I've learned through this experiment and just my time and my experience with DMing on Instagram. Now keep in mind, this is from my perspective, right? I'm verified, I have followers, so this probably is not gonna work the same for like a normal dude on IG with like 2,000-3,000 followers, unless you have some sort of status or you just look that good, right? So the thing I realized is that cold DM is equal to the cold approach in person. Like it's literally the same exact thing, right? So what I'm trying to say is that it's a numbers game. Everything with this cold approach thing, not getting choosing signals, is a numbers game. So the way I relate to it is like a full court shot. If a girl is choosing you, she's giving you signals. Like let's say on social media, she's liking your pictures, follows you. That's a layup, right? Bam, bam, two-step, laid in, easy point. Same with in person. She's looking at you, she's getting close by you, she's telling her friends to talk to you, right? Easy layup. But when it's cold, no signals at all, that shit is like a full court shot. So bam, full court shot. But basically what I just did was 50 full court shots, right? Some were even blindfolded. But like the 1 millions, 800Ks idea were like blindfolded full court shots. So the thing is that if I shoot 50 full court shots, a few are gonna score, right? And in this case, I end up making 9 of them, right? But for the most part, just know it's a numbers game. And that's why at the end of the day, this is only for YouTube and experimentation. But you guys know I'm not DMing chicks, I'm not doing it. I don't slide in DMs, I usually never do. But that goes to show also that I could, let's say I was on some real thirst shit, right? I could DM 50 girls a week and just play the numbers game all day, right? And it may work in my favor, but the thing is, I don't have time for that because like I said in my last video, I'd rather, you know, mess with girls who kind of like me and choose me first, right? All right, so next one, the lowest was 15.7K who replied and the highest was 1.2 million as we saw. Now, another thing I realized is that with DMing IG models and girls with status, you're in competition with high value males. And I'm not just talking about, oh, fitness YouTubers or 200, 300K. Like a lot of these girls that I DM, I saw Chris Brown, yes, Chris Breezy, and Michael B. Jordan liking their pictures. So guys, think about it, like I'm competing with Chris Brown, I'm competing with Michael B. Jordan. Now, I feel like I can compete with them on a looks aspect, but from a status aspect, from a money aspect, I can't compete. They are literally superstars, right? And it's not only them, but it's rappers, actors, athletes, NFL players, basketball players, right? So remember, girls day up, guys day down, just the way it is. And you're gonna play, you know, that game when you do DM these high status chicks. Now another one is I realized probably the reason why a lot of girls didn't reply is because they have hidden boyfriends. You'll be surprised, but a lot of these girls never post their boyfriend. They might do it on their story every now and then, but they don't post it on their feed, and that's to keep the orbiters and, you know, their engagement high because they have a high male following. So they don't want to turn off their followers by posting their boyfriend, right? So probably a lot of these girls I slid in, probably half of them had boyfriends, or like 20% of them have boyfriends, and I would never know, right? So that's another thing to play a part into it. And that's also going into the numbers game, a cold approach. Like you just don't know if she's taken or not. And if I'm not higher value than that guy, or if she's super loyal, then anybody can DM her and she's not gonna reply. So it is what it is. And also another reason why they probably didn't reply is that, you know, sometimes they never see the DM nor check their requested messages. I met girls who literally never check their requested, maybe like once a week or once every 2 weeks. They just don't do it. Me, I check my requested a few times a day actually, but not every person is like that. Now the girls that replied, let's talk about it first. So another thing I realized is that status helps, attraction wins. Most people say that status is king, and status is king to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, for true attraction, then the girl has to be physically attracted to you of some sort. Like attraction, in my opinion, is king and status is queen. So girls seeing me, that I'm verified, that I have followers, it helps them see my message first. But if I'm not their type, or if they don't think I'm attractive, it literally means zero, guys. Like, at the end, it doesn't matter. The girl has to be attracted to you, unless they're just a gold digger or they're fake or something like that. But like I said, for my IG, you can't tell that I have money. I just look like a fitness dude, right? So that's one thing that I learned. And another thing, like I mentioned before, is that it doesn't matter what you say. Either she will reply or she won't, right? And if you force a reply, if she's not attracted to you, you'll get one reply and then get ghosted. And that goes the same for dating apps too. So the reason a lot of people like to learn like text game and how to slide in a girl's DM. Like, bro, you can literally say, hey, what's up? And if she's feeling you, if she thinks you're cute, she's gonna be like, hey, what's up? How are you? Where are you from? Like, you can say anything. You don't have to force a reply. Now, like I said, if you force a reply but the attraction isn't there, she might reply. You might get a little reply back, but that's the only reply you're gonna get. So is it even worth it? No. That's why you gotta keep leveling up and becoming the best version of yourself. And you gotta realize that you're gonna lose some, right? Every girl is not gonna be into you. Even me myself, I know that I can't get every girl in the world, and that's all right, because I focus on the ones that I can't get. And then lastly, it is best to meet high status women through networking, social events, private parties. So I learned this through my friend Khalil Yu. So backstory, a lot of you guys were telling me to DM this chick named Corey Raven, and I was like, no, because my friend Khalil, another social media guy, he actually dated her. That's his ex. So I was like, I'm not gonna slide in her DM, right? I just wanna respect him and his ex. But I did end up DMing him, and I was like, yo, how did you end up meeting Corey? And then also, can you give me advice for getting with like girls with status, girls with clout from your perspective? And then he ended up telling me that, like, yeah, sliding in DMs isn't the way to go with high status girls, and obviously because they have hella options. So it's best that you're in the environment with them physically, through networking events, private parties, mutual friends, stuff like that. So that means one, you gotta be in the right location, right? So a lot of these girls are in LA, Miami. Location is so important. And then number two is that you have to be in a social circle with high status, high level people in order to get access to these women. So if you're a nobody, if you're working at Home Depot, bro, wherever, no offense to Home Depot workers, that was my last job, but you're not gonna be in an environment with high status women because that's not your social circle. So yeah, you gotta keep that in mind too. And I really appreciate that advice, Khalil. Thank you. If you're watching this, you guys check them out. Now, finally, let's move on to the response percentage, and that was 18% response rate. So pretty low, as we already addressed this, but that's kind of what I expected. I truly did not expect to get like a 50% or a 70%, though a lot of you guys expected that probably. It's not the case. And I'll also show you guys the realism of this to show you the reality of, of a guy like me DMing these girls, because like I said, status is not everything. Verified is not everything. It literally doesn't matter. Now, maybe if I was a movie star, if I starred in Creed or Black Panther with Michael B. Jordan as a co-star, then they probably would have replied, right? Because they already knew me. But, just know that status isn't everything is what I'm trying to say. And then out of those responses, the high interest chicks, in my opinion, were 4, and that was 8%. So basically, if I DM 50 girls a week, I have an 8% chance of them being a high interest. So around like 4 girls who were potentially down to meet up with me if I was in the area. Maybe if I talk to them more, they're down to fly out. I don't know. I ain't flying nobody out, like I said. But that was the experiment, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you're new, if that was insightful for you or you found interest in that, because I don't think nobody else is doing these types of videos where they show, like, from a perspective of a high value guy, like how these things go. So these videos do take effort, and if you appreciate that, just leave a like, subscribe, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace.